Welcome back to our channel. If you're into crypto and looking for detailed updates on your favorite coins, you're in the right place. Today we're diving deep into Onyxcoin XCN, breaking down everything from price action and market stats to predictions and investor sentiment. Let's get started. Current market overview. As of today, Onyxcoin XCN is trading at 0.18321 Over the past 24 hours, it's seen a minus 2.2% drop, which is fairly typical for a coin that's still navigating recovery waves in a volatile market. The 24-hour trading volume stands at approximately $60.6 million, showing there's still strong investor interest and liquidity backing this asset. Its market cap is currently at $614.7 million, giving it a market dominance of 0.02%. While that may sound small compared to giants like Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's crucial to note that dominance is relative. Onyxcoin operates in a highly competitive mid-cap space, where projects often pivot rapidly and aggressively. All-time highs and lows. Let's rewind a bit. On May 27, 2022, Onyxcoin reached its all-time high of 0.183593. This moment marked the peak of public excitement around the coin, fueled by strategic partnerships, ecosystem developments, and overall bullish momentum across the crypto market at that time. However, like many assets during the 2022-2023 crypto winter, Onyxcoin didn't escape the downturn. By August 28, 2023, XCN had dropped to an all-time low of 0.000502 cents. This dramatic correction reflected broader fears in the market: FTX's collapse, SEC enforcement actions, and a tightening macro environment. But here's where it gets interesting. Since that bottom, Onyxcoin has staged a significant comeback, touching a cycle high of 0.48909. This shows strong potential for recovery and suggests that smart money may have been accumulating XCN at low levels. The token's ability to 100x from its all-time low to recent cycle highs underscores the potential volatility and opportunity embedded in this project. Sentiment analysis: bullish momentum brewing. Despite the recent pullback, sentiment around Onyxcoin remains bullish. The technical indicators, on-chain metrics, and overall social media chatter all suggest growing optimism. One major reason is the Fear and Greed Index, which currently sits at 70, greed. This indicates that retail and institutional investors are feeling confident. Historically, when the index reaches this level, it tends to signal short-term bullish runs, but also requires caution. High greed can precede sudden corrections. However, Onyxcoin has recently been building a support base, and analysts are starting to forecast potential breakouts in Q3 2025 if macroeconomic trends remain favorable. Tokenomics: supply, inflation, and growth potential. Tokenomics are the backbone of any strong project, and Onyxcoin has a lot to unpack. Currently, there are 33.52 billion XCN tokens in circulation, with a maximum supply capped at 48.40 billion XCN. This finite supply sets the foundation for scarcity, especially if user demand continues to rise. What's also important is the current annual supply inflation rate, which stands at 20.12%. That translates to approximately 5.61 billion new XCN tokens created in the past year. While high inflation can be concerning for long-term holders, it's important to understand how these tokens are being used, whether they're going toward ecosystem development, staking rewards, or strategic partnerships. If Onyxcoin's roadmap delivers, this inflation could be offset by rising demand and expanding use cases, particularly in decentralized finance, DeFi, tokenization platforms, and enterprise blockchain solutions. Sector rankings and competitive positioning. So where does Onyxcoin stand compared to its peers? Number 40 in Ethereum ERC tokens. This puts it in the top quartile of all ERC20 assets, signaling strong developer interest and liquidity. 10 in the Binance Smart Chain BSC ecosystem. BSC has seen a massive explosion of DeFi apps, and Onyxcoin's position here gives it interoperability advantages. Number 34 in US-based crypto projects. This is a key differentiator, especially with increasing regulatory focus. Being based in the US means Onyxcoin is under stricter compliance measures, but also positions it well for institutional adoption if crypto regulations clarify in its favor. Wait, what's ChainGames doing here? You might be wondering why we're mentioning Chain Games, Chain, in a video about Onyxcoin. Here's the twist. Both projects show interesting contrasts in terms of market cycles. Chain Games had a breakout year in 2021, surging 1,367.72% from 0107 to 0.570. That year, gamified blockchain assets were all the rage, and Chain benefited from retail frenzy and GameFi hype. But in 2022, it experienced a devastating drop of minus 88.93%, echoing the same macro pressures that hit Onyxcoin. Yet across the last 6 years, Chain Games still shows an average annual return of 241.44%, demonstrating that sharp losses in 1 year don't erase long-term potential. Why is this relevant? Because Onyxcoin could be entering a similar cycle, especially given the current sentiment shift and improved fundamentals. If you missed Chain Games' parabolic rise in 2021, XCN might offer a comparable opportunity in the near term, assuming it continues to build momentum and attracts new users. Technical indicators. Charting the path forward. Let's dive into some technicals. 200-day moving average. Onyxcoin is slowly approaching this key resistance. A breakout above it could signal the beginning of a longer-term bull run. Relative Strength Index I hovering around 55.60. XCN isn't overbought, but it's not in oversold territory either. This is often where accumulation occurs. Volume analysis. Trading volume has stayed consistently above $50 million for several weeks, which shows ongoing investor interest, not just speculative hype. Bullish divergence is also being observed on multiple time frames, and momentum indicators like MACD and stochastic oscillators suggest upward pressure may soon intensify. Community and social presence. A project's community often determines its longevity. Onyxcoin has been expanding its online footprint, with Twitter followers increasing, Discord engagement rising, and developer activity on GitHub remaining steady. This is crucial because community-backed projects tend to weather market storms far better. Additionally, Onyxcoin's leadership has been increasingly transparent in their communications, hosting AMAs, publishing quarterly updates, and engaging with influencers and analysts. This proactive approach helps build trust in an otherwise skeptical market. Use cases and real-world integration. The strength of any cryptocurrency lies in its utility. Onyxcoin has outlined several promising use cases. Enterprise blockchain integration, DeFi interoperability tools, governance frameworks for DAOs, smart contract deployment at scale, tokenization of real-world assets. In 2025, we're expecting the Goliath mainnet upgrade, which aims to improve scalability, reduce gas costs, and enable more seamless cross-chain communication. If executed properly, this could be a major catalyst for price movement and adoption. Expert predictions and analyst forecasts. Some analysts are calling for XCN to cross 0.5 cents by Q4 2025, assuming market conditions remain favorable. In more bullish scenarios, especially if Bitcoin continues to climb toward the six-figure mark, Onyxcoin could revisit the 10 to 15 TIS range. Conservative models suggest a 5 to 10x gain from current prices over the next 18 to 24 months, assuming development milestones are met and inflation is reduced. To summarize, price today, 0.18321. Sentiment, bullish. Volatility high, but potentially rewarding. Use case potential, strong and evolving. Community, active and growing. Upside, potential 5 to 10x in 1 to 2 year. As always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, understand the risks, and only invest what you can afford to lose. But if you're hunting for a mid-cap coin with serious potential, Onyxcoin definitely deserves a place on your radar. That's it for today's deep dive. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below. What's your XCN price prediction for 2025? Let's get the conversation going. See you in the next one.